And we are following breaking news right now. A police pursuit is underway on the breaking news desk. Mark Liu, is this on the 118?
It is. We are on the 118 eastbound through the Porter Ranch area on the north end of the San Fernando Valley. That black Honda CRV currently fleeing right now. The driver not complying with CHP officers from the Moore Park office. This pursuit originally started just about 25 minutes ago, perhaps in the Thousand Oaks area. Ventura County Sheriff's chasing that driver. The one we just got from the CHP and the Ventura County Sheriff's is theft. They were no more specific than that, saying that this driver wanted for some kind of a theft incident. Ventura County Sheriff's picked it up, and the driver would not comply. Now it's a CHP handle as they continue here eastbound through the 118. They did get the license plate off of this car. They describe it as a black Honda CRV with Washington plates. So Washington state plates. We have seen this kind of driving behavior just here in the last 5 minutes, all the way from the center median, all the way here now to the right shoulder. Very dangerous driving. And now we're getting off here. This is somewhere, perhaps Balboa Boulevard, I believe, in the San Fernando Valley. This is the very north end of the San Fernando Valley, just south of Porter Ranch. This driver driving very, very quickly, and I'll tell you, Kalina and Amy, no information on who else is inside of that car, if it's just a driver. Oh boy, real risky move right here. Going the wrong way. It looks like, okay, going to stay in the correct number of lane in the northbound lanes here. We are heading, I believe now, if this is north and then perhaps going back south again. You can see CHP officers from the Moore Park office right behind this car. Very dangerous driving this morning.
Yeah. You know, the second we started watching this, I feel like it was just dangerous from the moment we went overhead with just this crazy driving going so fast. I will say the roadways right now are just wide open. The traffic hasn't been a big issue by any means the entire morning. So if this driver continues to drive the way they've been driving at these really high speeds, they could go pretty far, but also just make it even more dangerous. And we all know that CHP doesn't tend to do any spike strips when it's this high of speed and also this dangerous.
Yeah, and of course we know that they always prefer it to be on a highway like this instead of surface streets, but this driver just going so fast, really making some aggressive moves there. And Mark, for whatever reason, once again, these pursuit suspects always seem to have the darkest tinted windows that we can never see inside to see if there's anyone else in there with them.
That's exactly right. It's got to be at least 4 pursuits in a row now that we have had incidences where vehicles with that very dark tinting on those windows, as you mentioned, Amy. This one again, that exact same situation. And to your point, we have not heard Ventura County Sheriff's or the Ventura CHP mention the number of people inside that car. We apologize here for the signal. SkyCal, the crew in SkyCal working to keep that signal tuned into our mountaintops here as we transition from one end of the San Fernando Valley to the other. And you can see how fast this car is going, just passing all of these other vehicles going freeway speeds. Now still on the 118 freeway, we are about to pass the 405. Here, this driver has a decision to make, either to get on the 405 or stay on the 118 freeway here as we go through the Mission Hills, Granada Hills area of the north part of the San Fernando Valley. Now, I do have the rest of the team here at the assignment desk trying to get some more information from the Ventura County Sheriff. The preliminary information is this started perhaps with a theft in the Thousand Oaks area. That was the best information we have. Again, we don't know what kind of a theft. This is the theft from a business or perhaps theft involving a car. They were unable to be any more specific than that. But you can see very high speeds. Now, once again, on the very left-hand side of the freeway in that median. And we've seen also on the very right shoulder. So very dangerous driving by this driver.
This makes me so nervous to watch because he's, you know, this person's driving all over the place, right, and going so fast. But you have other drivers there who may not even notice that he's going this person's going so fast, and then possibly just changing lanes themselves. And then that's when we can see a terrible accident like this at such high speed. It's so scary to watch. And gosh, I mean, the 118 has been wide open. I'm not even sure if we've seen him transition yet to any of the other roadways. If he just continues on the 118, then he's going to kind of dead end into that 210 and have to make that decision there. But right now, everything is wide open, and that's why he's going so fast.
Yes, and so often we'll see those cruisers, you know, kind of keep back a little bit to see if it will actually cause this driver to slow down a little bit. But when they do that, then the other drivers around don't hear the lights and sirens, don't see them. And so they don't realize what's coming up behind them so quickly. And this driver has just really been cutting it really close, changing lanes really, really close to those other cars. And it only takes 1 second for someone to try to change lanes, to move, and there's going to be a collision. And Mark, I mean, this driver is not slowing down at all.
Yeah, we are seeing such high speeds, and we have stayed on the 118. We are transitioning through the city of San Fernando on the north and the area of Pacoima on the south. And it looks like we are going to stay here on the freeway. It's difficult to see which way he is going, but this is a transition here now to the 210. He's either going to take the 210 to the east or perhaps the 210 out to the west. It's difficult to see where he is right now. I believe. Oh, it looks like we're going to stay on the 210 east. Okay, so this is going to take him over through into the Sunland Tahunga area, ultimately into La Cañada, perhaps La Crescenta if he stays on the 210. There's really not an option for another freeway here until he gets all the way to the 2 freeway in the La Cañada area, but there are multiple opportunities for this driver to get off. So we are going further and further away from Ventura County where this started. We are seeing cooperation from multiple law enforcement agencies, though more really dangerous driving here across all lanes of the 210. The Ventura County Sheriff's helicopter is the one that is currently all the way out of their jurisdiction, assisting the CHP with this pursuit. They are the ones calling the intelligence operation overhead to give those CHP officers behind an idea of how and where this driver is going. CHP officers from the Moore Park office are still trailing behind, but they may transition to LA-based units as this gets further and further away from Ventura.
Wow, Mark. I mean, well over 100 miles an hour. This driver is so desperate, going so fast and making such aggressive lane changes. And you don't see the cruisers right behind him. So again, people that are nearby this car, they don't hear the sirens. They don't see the lights just yet. They just see someone coming up really fast behind them.
Kalina. And we saw a motorcyclist right by him, or right by this driver. And I mean, it was so close. So it's just making you kind of nervous watching this, especially with the big rigs on the roadway. This road, though, is wide open the entire way, all the way to the 2, all the way into Pasadena. I mean, it is clear in the eastbound direction. Morning traffic has died down, so you're not dealing with anything. So this driver could just continue to go at such high rate of speed through the roadways until this person decides to stop or until CHP does something to stop the driver. But if you're just tuning in right now, we are watching this pursuit. We've been told that this is a driver that is a theft suspect. This possibly started off in the Thousand Oaks area. CHP right now is behind this, and we've been watching this black Honda CRV with Washington plates just speed down the roadway. I mean, that just went up to 130 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, it is just incredible to see how desperate this person is and what they will do, and putting so many people in danger, Mark. To see this, it is really nerve-wracking to watch, because he's just, or she is being so aggressive and so often on the shoulders where we know there's a lot of debris, and so anything can fly up from there. And when they're going this fast on a freeway, there's no way to do spike strips, no way to do a pit maneuver. This person has to just choose to stop.
Yeah, we are way over spike strip or pit maneuver speeds right now. And this is the eastbound 210 freeway through the Latuna Canyon area. And this is a pretty unique section of Los Angeles freeways. If you're familiar with the 210 here, this is a section of freeway for about 3 or 4 miles as it passes through the mountainous area of Latuna Canyon. There are no on-ramps or off-ramps here of any kind. You are essentially locked into this freeway through this area if you're past Wheatland, and I do believe he is past Wheatland. So we are seeing what we're looking at here is basically just a trip through the mountains here. There are some inclines and declines here as you go through this area, but this is going to dump him out, he or she, in the Crescenta Highlands area, the Tahunga area, around Lowell Avenue if they stay here on the 210 freeway as it goes through the La Crescenta, La Cañada area, but very high speeds. There's usually not a lot of traffic on this section of the 210 freeway, east or westbound, on a Friday, really any day here. But you can see that this is, as Kalina had mentioned, a pretty wide open section of the 210 as this driver continues at over 110 miles an hour now. through the 210 freeway as CHP officers now right behind, and that air unit overhead still tracking this pursuit out of Ventura County.
Yes, Mark, this is just really worst case scenario here with this driver just going so fast and just refusing to stop. Again, we still don't know how many people are in the car with this driver, but this is certainly a dangerous situation. And we definitely want to take a moment here real quick to welcome in our CBS viewers now.
That's right, Amy and Kalina. We are having our CBS viewers join us as we continue to follow a theft suspect leading a high-speed pursuit here. And I know it's been moving on the 210 freeway. It was initially on the 118. We understand this is for a theft in the Thousand Oaks area. And Mark Lee, you've been watching this vehicle. It seems we don't know much about it. It's a black Honda CRV with Washington plates. Do we know anything about anyone who's in the vehicle?
Yeah, so we have been speaking a little bit about how deeply tinted these windows are. This is about the third or fourth pursuit in the last month here in Southern California where a law enforcement agency really has no information about the number of people inside of that vehicle due to such dark tinting on those windows. So beyond the driver, Sheba, CHP and Ventura County Sheriffs have no data on who else is in there. They also don't have any information about whether or not this suspect or suspects are armed in any way. But the best info that we have right now from the Ventura County Watch Commander is that this driver is wanted for some sort of theft incident, possibly out of the Thousand Oaks area. We apologize for the signal here from SkyCal. The team up there in the helicopter could be switching mountaintops as we have gone from Ventura County to San Fernando, now to the La Crescenta area. The technology in SkyCal, we have to point that transmitter to one of our mountaintop towers here. And so we are going to get that signal back as soon as possible. What you're seeing here on the right side of your screen is just video from a few minutes ago of some of the dangerous maneuvering that we have seen here from this driver. Sometimes all the way to the right, sometimes in the HOV lane, sometimes in that's an area that's not even a lane, and oftentimes all the way all the way to the left, and then all the way to the right to the shoulder. We have seen very dangerous driving. At one point, they got off the freeway on the 118 at Balboa and then got right back on heading in the same direction, Sheba. So it's unclear what the destination of this driver is heading towards. Again, we're seeing this very dangerous driving there on the right. This is video from just a short time ago. But Ventura County CHP out of the Moore Park office is still behind this SUV, as is a Ventura County Sheriff's helicopter, now transitioning quite far out of their region in order to follow this helicopter. And now it looks like in just the last few minutes, an LA County Sheriff's air unit has now taken over to assist in this pursuit.
Okay, and as you mentioned there, we've been watching this car driving. I think you said this started around 11:20. We've been following it for about 10 minutes now. We've seen this car, as you said, exit onto surface streets, which it was driving just as erratically when it was on those surface streets. So very dangerous driving. It's on the 210, and we've seen speeds go past 110 miles per hour. As Mark said, this car has gone from one side of the highway across all lanes to the other. So extremely erratic driving. They don't seem to be using any caution at all. And as Mark said, we don't have any idea, especially because of those dark tinted windows right now, how many people are in this vehicle or who it is. All we know right now is that they're wanted for some kind of theft in Thousand Oaks. And if you are just joining us, that box on the left-hand side of the screen is our live feed. But as Mark just explained, the chopper may be moving through an area where they don't have good service right now, so it is frozen. What you're watching is earlier what was happening there with this pursuit. And just all kinds of erratic driving. You can see there it's driving in the shoulder lanes. So hopefully this comes to an end soon, because this driver is just driving extremely erratically. And are you getting any word? I know our feed is frozen, Mark. Are you getting any updates on what's happening with the vehicle?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm continuing to follow this on the radar, and I can see actually some evidence that the LA County Sheriff's helicopter is circling on the 210 freeway right by, this is the Ocean View Boulevard overpass to the 210 freeway. Now, when I see law enforcement airships circling, not progressing any further on the freeway, this could be a strong indicator that this pursuit has either stopped or perhaps they've pulled over. I do not think that they have gotten off the freeway, because I don't think that you can get, or perhaps you may be able to get off the freeway there at Ocean View. I'm not sure. Now we are back. These are live pictures as we can see here, and it does
just
look
what
like
you suspected. Yeah, it looks like that vehicle stopped and now surrounded by patrol cars. We're far away, though. I can't see if the driver's gotten out of the vehicle, but just from the way it seems that they're positioned, it does not seem that anyone's gotten out of the vehicle, Mark.
Yeah, it's very possible that there may have been some kind of an incident down there. It's unclear. We see that looks like a large truck. I don't know if they're involved. But the crew in SkyCal is working on getting this signal stabilized, as we see here. So we are going to keep trying to get some more information from the CHP. Again, what you're seeing here on the right side of your screen is video from just a short time ago of that dark-colored, that black Honda CRV with Washington plates that's continued to evade CHP for much of the morning.
And there's
we
our
are
live
seeing
look,
now
Mark.
live pictures. Again, it does look like this has stopped, and the fact that CHP officers are there approaching that vehicle here, they certainly have someone in custody down there. We may have an injury at the end of this pursuit. This might be something one of the reasons that SkyCal may be staying wide here is because there may have been some kind of an injury. We are going to try and get some more information, but we also see some evidence that perhaps CHP officers are bringing some first aid to that driver. It's unclear what happened to them, but we are probably going to see a rescue ambulance from LA County Fire. This is LA County Fire's area. LA County Sheriff's in the La Crescenta area will possibly be responding as well. It's unclear what this driver may have had to deal with in this, if this was a collision or not. Doesn't appear to see it. Do you see any damage at the end of that truck?
I don't see damage.
I don't.
Oh, wait, actually to the front of the black SUV, there may be some damage. We're so far away, I can't say for certain, but that would make sense why this vehicle suddenly stopped, because clearly before we lost that signal, Mark, it had no intention of stopping. We were seeing speeds of 110 miles per hour, and this had been going on for about 30 minutes. So I wouldn't imagine that they just stopped for no reason.
Yeah, there may have been a collision and some kind of injury to the driver. Again, the crew in SkyCal, while we were unable to see their signal and our viewers at home were unable to see their signal, the photographer and the crew in SkyCal, they got a clear picture of what happened here. So we're going to try and get the assignment desk in the newsroom to communicate with the crew in SkyCal to get some more data on exactly what they saw up there. But very likely, I know the crew in SkyCal very well. It's an excellent photographer. Very likely they are staying wide because there may be a very serious injury to one of the parties or perhaps the driver in that SUV, and that is why we are not going to zoom in. We don't want to show anything that is too graphic at this point, especially if it's unclear what the status of that driver is.
Yeah, it does appear that there are some injuries, but again, we're so far away we can't tell. And again, this was a chase that started in Thousand Oaks. Someone wanted for theft. It's ended here in Pasadena. So we will get you more information as soon as we find out exactly what happened. But if you are headed towards that area on the 210, take a look at the backups it's causing there. Whatever concluded, however this concluded, as you see, traffic is stopped on the 210. So we are going to resume normal news, and we'll get you more information on this as soon as we can.